Hello everyone, this is Jeff Girardi, CEO of ProEst. Welcome to Tech Talk. This month we're talking about markups. So I'm going to start here by going right down to our Estimate Center just to show you a couple things that is markup related. So we'll see in here I have a column that says profit margin, all based off of whatever markups you have applied to an estimate. So at the Estimate Center you can add columns here to show things like profit margin. So on a per job basis you can see exactly where you lie. Next, I'm going to come up here and look at the markup setup. Okay, so one thing we'll notice on the upper right-hand corner when we get to this screen is we can set up markups per estimate type, right? So in this case, I have half a dozen or so estimate types here. Every time a new project gets started, it'll come to the markup setup here. So you could, in theory here, set up different markups for different types of projects that you're estimating. Okay, so I selected healthcare here as my estimate type. And now there's three main sections in markups. Up top, what we like to call our cost type markups, because you're applying a markup at a cost type level. It's all done based off a percentage. So in this case, I could have a percentage for material, and that could be like a material tax as an example. A percentage for all of the cost types, like I have a 35% burden in essence here for my labor. I could put something on subcontracts, equipment, as well as other. So that's the first section up top here. And then the mid section, I have one called overhead right now. I can add a new one. Call it whatever I like. I could put it as a simple percentage. You'll see when I do that, it does pop down the list and it gives me the ability to either do a markup, a margin, a lump sum, or what we call markup levels. So if there's a bond, a tiered bond you need to calculate, we can calculate that as well. So I'll put it at markup for now. I can determine what cost types it gets applied to. So do I want this contractor fee to be applied to all cost types, or maybe not subcontract cost types as an example? It's 100% configurable here. I can add another markup in here called, and this one could be a lump sum as an example. Okay, other things we can look at here that are really important. We'll see a column that says filter. And that's where we can decide, do we want this markup filtered on specific sections of our estimate? So a great example of that is maybe you want to mark up your general conditions or your general requirements at a different percentage than the rest of your estimate, just as an example. So when I do click in here, I do have the ability to decide, do I want to put a filter on this markup to decide, what section of the estimate is marked up. So I can come in here and say this contractor fee is only calculated off of divisions 2 through 48 as an example. Just using that as a simple example. But you have a lot of ability within here to filter what you want the markup applied to. Then down at the bottom here, I have profit. Again, we can call this whatever we'd like. I could have whatever percentage in here I want. And one thing to keep in mind is this will be the default. So if I create a new project right now of type healthcare, it will start with whatever I've set up here. But once you open an estimate, you have full ability to modify the markups for just that estimate as well. So we feel like what we've done here is we've given you a lot of flexibility to really design the markups to give you the ability per job to just adjust them, because we know there's a lot of factors that go into each project, and some might require different markups, might require different filters. So we have that ability. Another thing over here on the right, just to show you, I can click compound as well. So if I click compound, that's going to calculate this markup based off of the base cost of the estimate and any previous markups in this list. So that in essence, in this case, I would be marking up the insurance, the contractor fee, and the overhead. Okay, you can also change the order of the markups. So here I have 3 different markups. We'll see over here on the right, I can move these markups up or down, like I can move contractor fee up, which I just did there. So you can also put them in whatever order you'd like, and then they're going to fall onto the reports in that manner as well. Okay, so hopefully this gave you a bit of an overview of, what the markups are all about in ProEst, how you can configure them in advance for all project types. That's it. If there's any other questions, feel free to reach out to our support engineering team or your implementation manager, and we'll dive deeper into markups. That's it for this month. I will see you next month on Tech Talk. Thank you. Bye-bye.